If I ever plan my honeymoon, an island in the Indian Ocean will be at the top of the list of dream destinations. The Seychelles have dream beaches and lots of sunshine. But enough of that, because this video is supposed to be about football in the Seychelles. The Seychelles belong to Africa and are located in the Indian Ocean. In the neighborhood are the Comoros, Mauritius and Madagascar. The island state has a total of about 100,000 inhabitants and achieved independence from Great Britain in 1976. The country consists of about 115 islands and the capital Victoria is located on the main island of Waye. As a former British colony, it is no surprise that the British troops also brought football to the island around 1930. Thus, there was already the first competition in 1936 with the Challenge Cup, and a little later there was also a championship with 5 teams. The game lasted 60 minutes and were played barefoot. It took until 1979 for the first division to be founded, and the first 15 editions were a very clear affair. The title went to St. Louis FC 13 times. Montfleury FC was successful twice. This dominance did not continue, however, and by now there are several top teams that compete for the title every year. A total of 8 teams play in the first division, one of which is St. Louis Suns United, the successor team to the initial champions. Gervais Waye Hive, one of the most experienced and best national players in the country, also plays there. The 33-year-old has always played on the island and knows football there better than anyone else. He has already played almost 50 international matches and I'm very pleased that he is giving us a little insight into the importance of football among the people of Seychelles.
The level itself, it's not professional level, but we have foreign players that's playing professionally. So basically they're getting paid just to play football. We have players from Africa, players from Madagascar, different countries. Like all the Premier Leagues, mostly the Premier League teams that's got foreign players. The Championship, maybe 1 or 2 clubs that's got a bit of money. Then they bring 1 or 2 foreign players. That's it. And then local players, half or at least 3/4 of the players, they work and they play football. Not all players. It's basically you just have to be a good player, put your name out there, and clubs will want you. So when clubs want you, then obviously you get a good deal with them.
It would be nice if teams from Seychelles also returned to the international club competitions. In recent years, the country did not use its right to compete in the CAF Confederations Cup or the Champions League. The federation had taken this decision because of the corona pandemic, and since then, no team has been included. The clubs were not particularly happy about this decision. The last time it was Côte d'Ivoire FC 2019 who took part in the Champions League qualifiers and even managed to beat Fomboni of Comoros in the preliminary round. In the first round, however, they were clearly shown their limits by Mamelodi Sundowns. A team from the Seychelles had previously reached the first round in 2004 when Saint-Michel United beat Écoré des Femmes of Madagascar. At that time it was Orlando Pirates who were too strong afterwards. In 2001, Saint-Michel even made it to the second round, with Al Ahly ending their dream. In the second major competition, the CAF Confederations Cup, no team has made it past the group stage yet. So it's very clear that the Seychelles teams can at least compete with the neighboring countries. So I hope even more that they will soon return to the international stage. If we're already on the international stage anyway, let's just stick with it and jump to the national team. Gervais takes us straight once on a little trip to an international match in the Seychelles and how that feels.
Some players, like for me, for example, I play better when the stadium is full. I love it when, especially if there's more of their supporters. Like I want to show them, like, we're gonna beat your team, we're gonna win this game. And that's how I enjoy it. But you can tell some young players that's just been called into the team. You can tell like they get a bit of pressure. It's their first game, so they're a bit scared. But slowly they get used. They get into it, and I honestly I love playing for Seychelles. It's like putting the jersey on, going on the field, playing for the country. It's It's a really, really amazing feeling.
The beginnings of the national team date back to the 1970s, when the legendary Adrian Fisher was the national coach, modernizing football on the island and introducing new standards. The first appearance was at a tournament in Kenya, and the then Federation president later said the following in a newspaper: "Without doubt, little Seychelles has impressed its big neighbor Kenya with its football." Seychelles joined FIFA and the African Football Confederation CAF in 1986, but have not yet achieved any major success in the qualifiers. They will not be at the Afcon in 2023 either, as they were defeated by Lesotho in the first round of qualifying. So the big highlight remains the victory at the Indian Ocean Island Games in 2011, when they won the title as hosts. They faced Mauritius in the final and celebrated after the penalty shootout. The match was played in the Stade L'Unité, which was built in 1992 and is still the venue for the national team's international matches. The stadium can hold 10,000 people. A year later, in 2012, Gervais made his debut for the national team, and to this day he is an important factor in the team's play. He classifies for us where he sees the team in terms of performance in African comparison.
The level itself, it's gone down. It's gone down a lot from like 10, 15 years ago. It's gone down. Like before it was really, really high. Like when we're playing against countries in Africa, like big countries, we're getting good results. But for the past 10 years, it's been going down. But we slowly, they're trying to build it back up. So like you saw, I think you saw a month ago, 2 months ago, we won a small tournament in Sri Lanka, and then they're slowly building it back up.
One way for the future could also be to inspire players with roots in Seychelles to join the national team. After all, the example of neighboring Comoros shows what great success this can bring. With many players who grew up in France and play under professional conditions, the team made it to the Afcon 2022. One example here is Chermaine Häusl, who grew up and plays in Germany and trained in the youth teams of Bundesliga side Mainz 05. He has already played for the national team and could be a role model for other players. At the moment, except for Chermaine, the team consists exclusively of players who play in the domestic league. I spoke to Chermaine and asked him to give an assessment of the team and the conditions on the island.
Das Niveau ist erstaunlicherweise gut gewesen. Also ich habe mich selbst gewundert. Taktisch sind sie noch ein bisschen hinten dran. Das ist halt African Football, kein europäischer Fußball. Ja, aber wie gesagt, die Jungs, die Einzelspieler, das waren auch ein paar super Trickser dabei. Spieler, die du gerne auch in Europa gesehen hättest. Das würden viele wahrscheinlich nicht verstehen, warum es die dann hier nicht gibt. Aber die kicken leider halt nur auf den Seychellen, in ihren kleinen Vereinen, haben nicht die Möglichkeit rauszukommen. Und zu den Bedingungen, ist sehr warm, schwül. Seychellen ist ja auch abends, hast du 28 bis 30 Grad Minimum. Es kann natürlich auch nach oben gehen. Und wir spielen und trainieren dort nur auf Kunstrasen. Das ist für mich ein bisschen anders, weil hier hast du schöne Rasenplätze in Deutschland. Auf den Seychellen geht das nicht, da verbrennt dir der Rasen. Und somit spielst du nur auf Kunstrasen. Und wenn der Ball halt mal über den Zaun geht, dann musst du auch mal hinterher schwimmen.
I would be very happy if in the future Seychelles is not only perceived as a holiday destination, but also as a country of football and love for sport. I want to thank Gervais and Chermaine for giving me a great insight into the country, and one day I will surely visit a football match on the island. Thanks to you guys for continuing to follow me on my football world tour, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tell everyone about it. Take care, see you soon.